up guys, Logan here from Ultimate 60 Solutions. Long time no see, but I'll make that up. I got a console here, it's a Xenon, it's a JTAG, it's from a customer I previously did this for, and I previously worked on it. I have my old warranty sticker peeled off and sitting right there. Originally it came in here and I had the GPU reballed, and then we installed a JTAG and sent it back to the customer. And he had that done, I believe, back in October of 2014, so last year. And he has contacted me about a week ago and he told me that it's throwing an E79, and with a JTAG, E79 means, well, anything's wrong. But since he knew it was out of the warranty, he went ahead and opened it himself. He went to the CPU here, and because he knew that I did the reball on the GPU, so he went to the CPU and did a reflow. He tried one anyways, and he said it did work for him for about a week, and then it started acting up again, so it's here. It's back in my hands. He trusted me enough on the first one. He knows the GPU seems to be working good, and he wants me to reball the CPU now. So here's his console. It's a nice JTAG. It's the same one I did for him back in October. I got his flash drive, probably NAND dump, some stuff on there. He sent me a hard drive too, because I believe he wants me to swap it out into this guy. It's a 1 terabyte, so that'll be nice in his JTAG. I'll be doing that later when this is repaired. Now we'll go ahead and get into tearing this guy apart. So we're ready. That's all I need. I'll see you over at the reflow station. Alright guys, so we're over here at the station. I have my board here. I'm going to set it down into the support bracket. Nice and tight. And one more thing, since we're working on the CPU and it's a slightly smaller chip, I'm going to remove this bigger hot air nozzle here. Yes, I'm using a hot air. I have it set up that way because I don't see the need for IR with this thing. The hot air does fantastic. I'm going to swap this to the next size smaller to fit over the CPU here because it's a little smaller, which would be this one here. This one fits over the CPU a lot better. As you can see here, it's almost a perfect fit. So we're going to put this one on there. Just got a magnet, slaps it onto place. We're going to bring it out and get this lined up. Alright, that looks good. Now, I'll lift this back up, swing it out of the way. Move this light. There we go. And I'll just fire this up. Get it preheating. Alright. I'll start it. Now it's going to start preheating. No, I'm not using a temperature probe for this because I have it set up so my profile will just go to a certain point and I can nudge this and it'll come loose. So that's what we're going to do. And then for flux, I'm just going to use a little bit of this cheap stuff. I don't need much special for a lift. Quite a bit of it too since we're pulling it off. Alright. We're about to heat up. Alright, so I'll see you guys when this is heated up. I won't waste your time here. Alright guys, so as you can see the flux is melted, starting to bubble a little bit. And the heat's starting to crank on the upper heater, so I'll swing it over and drop it down. You'll see a little bit of the flux run out, that's normal. And now being not too much for you guys to see right here, I'll bring you back when it's ready to lift. Alright guys, we are at 220 coming out of the upper heater right now. It shouldn't be too long, we should be able to give it a nudge and see some results here. Yep, there's the timer. Alright, it's loose. It's coming off. Swing this out of the way. There she is, guys. Isn't that pretty? Set the CPU down on a heatsink. And that's the job. Now comes the fun part of cleaning though. Alright. So I do this while the board's still heated up. I get out the iron here. I'm going to brush it off. Now I'm also going to grab a little bit of excess Kingbo flux. And I'm just going to brush some onto here. Oh wow, look at that. Like powered off some of that brown stuff that the guy had on there. Put a little solder on my iron. That's coming. There's still some spots left, so I'm going to brush on some more flux, some fresh stuff. Get it good and all over there. Come back in with the soldering iron and our wick. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut a fresh piece here. that. We'll come back in here and cable up. I'll just continue a little bit. So next, we are going to move to the CPU side of business, to the chip. Focus on it there. There we go. We're going to move to this guy. We're going to go to the back. We're going to clean this off. We're going to make it flat. We're going to prep it, and we're going to add some new solder balls on there. Then in the end, we'll get it back down onto there. It'll fit back on, and we should be good to go. So I'll meet you over at the reballing station. So, as with the CPU spot on the motherboard, we're gonna grab some flux, just a little bit of this paste, and brush it on. Not too much, I don't want it flowing all over and getting on my screws in here. I don't like having to wash it every time. Grab the iron. I'm gonna clean it a little bit. Let's see, there's my solder. I need to recoat this iron. Alright, let's go. Good flux out here. Just gonna put a little decently sized dot in the middle. Let me zoom in. little dot in the center like that. I'm gonna take my finger. Let's see here. What the heck, I'll just use my finger. And then you use your finger, spread it around. Just get it evenly coated across the whole chip. Don't have too much in one spot. Just an even thin coating, like really thin. If you leave too much, when it melts, the ball will just kind of float in it because it'll become like a lake sitting there. So the ball will want to just float. You don't want that. So I'm actually wiping a little bit off. I get some on my finger and then I wipe it off. Solder balls, about 0.6 millimeters. And we're going to now apply these. And you just do so, dumping them on. We'll go wide angle here. So here it is. All the balls are sunk into place. And we're ready to pull the stencil off. And then we can heat. So I'll set this down. Push it into that corner. And I'm just going to visually inspect it. Make sure all the balls are down. But here she is, guys. Get it in a line there so you can see the accuracy. So I'm going to let that cool, and I'll meet you guys both back over at the VGA station, getting ready to attach this again. Alrighty guys, it's time. Time to reattach the CPU. I got my CPU here. I'm going to pull it out of the jig. Alright. There she is. All beautiful on both sides. Now I'm going to run my finger across these points, make sure there's no dust or debris on there at all. Alright, now I'm going to grab my good 2-volt flux here. I'm going to put some in the middle, just like that. Now we're going to set the chip down on top of it. In its proper alignment, of course. Down like this, so the logo is facing as if you're reading it from standing over there. I'm going to place it down. I'm going to shut it off for a moment so I can just look at normal lighting. And that looks pretty good. I think that'll do it right there. I think we got it. So I'm going to start the preheat. I'll bring this over. And I will see you guys when this is done for testing. Alright guys, moment of truth. Did this reball work? We are about to find out. Alright, so I'm just going to put some testing thermal paste on here real quick. Alright, bets are in. Remember, if it doesn't work, I'm still uploading it, so take a bet. Hey! So yeah, if you guys are interested in the service, hit me up. I'll have my email in the description. I'll have my Skype in the description. You can leave a comment, I'll reply. Might take a day or two, but I'll still reply, I promise. I'll look through my comments, but if you guys are interested in the service, send me an email, ultimately60solutions@gmail.com. You can PM me on anywhere, wherever you can find me. I'll have my Team Xecuter service listing link in the description, so you can click on that, go check out my other services, see what I'm charging for those. And yeah, here you go guys. Thanks for sticking around. Logan here. Have a great day. See ya.